Ground control to Major Tom. Nope, that's not right. Ground control to Major Tom.
Hey Sailor, how you tracking?
Pretty good. Doing pretty good today. I think we've had a following wind from the supernova a couple light years behind us. We're down from 11,202 days to destination to 11,197 days to destination.
Wow, a whole 5 days.
Hey, that's nothing to turn your nose up at. Mark my words, we'll be arriving just as the milk in the fridge goes off, and then you'll be, oh, thank goodness, we arrived early, I won't be forced to drink my tea without milk.
Oh, shut up, you idiots. So, getting bored on watch duty?
A bit. You can only stare at the same view for about 20 minutes at a time without having a complete mental breakdown. Did you come to cheer me up?
I was getting a little bored myself, so I thought I'd...
Oh, this is so much better than watch duty.
I thought it might be.
But if Captain Flight catches us...
If I catch you doing what?
Nothing!
I see. What are you doing up and about, Ensign? I thought you'd be getting some rest for your watch shift.
I thought by your leave, Captain.
I know it's tough coming out of suspension. The life out here isn't that bad. And you will be back in your pod in a year before you know it. We'll be landing at Far-Length Colony and you'll get to stretch your legs properly.
Yes, sir.
You know, crewman Gregory, who you're relieving, he came to quite enjoy it out here. He said that we were quite the little family and that he was happy to take anyone's shift if they wanted to go back into cryo. Mind you, it might have just been because he was trying to avoid cryo himself. He was a bit anxious about the whole process, poor fellow.
Yes, Captain.
Relax, crewman. You've got a year with me. We'll be seeing quite a lot of each other during that time, I imagine. Actually, I brought you, well, just a little something to help the watch hours go a bit faster. You said you were a fan of 20th century pop music, so I had the VAC pop a few songs onto a stick for you. See how they go. Enjoy the rest of your shift.
Thanks, Captain. That's a really nice thought.
You're welcome, crew. Have a good night.
No. 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 Back.
Yes.
Explain yourself.
Please elaborate.
This is trash, Vac.
I'm sorry, Monty.
Did the captain listen to this before he gave it to me?
Negative.
Great, so make me up a new one and we'll pretend that that's the one that he gave me.
An intelligent solution, Monty.
Your taste in music is terrible, Vac.
I'm sorry, Monty.
Anyway, make me up a new one with a little bit of Bowie, maybe some Beatles, dash of Queen, maybe some Elton.
Would you like some Rolling Stones as well, Monty?
Don't be disgusting, Vac.
Note taken. Writing data stick now.
Great. And this time try not to...
Warning! Proximity alert! Object detected! Collision imminent! Warning! Proximity
Vac, what's going on?
Good afternoon, Monty. How can I help?
What was all that sound about? Is there something wrong with your senses?
I will perform a diagnostic now.
Good, you gave me a freaking heart attack, you stupid circuit.
I'm sorry, Monty. Diagnostic complete. Minor adjustments needed to the aft array. I will have the maintenance bots complete them now.
Does this kind of thing happen a lot, or is it some kind of prank for the new fellas?
It is an irregular occurrence.
I'll take that as a yes, shall I?
Your data stick is complete, Monty.
Oh, good. I almost forgot. Vac?
Yes, Monty.
What did I say?
You will have to be more specific, Monty.
That was the Rolling Stones, Vac!
You did not say not to, Monty.
Oh, it's gonna be a long year, isn't it?
Glad to hear you enjoyed the data stick, crewman. How did first watch go?
Pretty good. Just hung out, listened to some tunes.
Good to hear. And?
Actually, there was something.
Yes.
Vac had a malfunction. Scared the living scared the life out of me. Said something was gonna hit the ship.
Vac, did you have a malfunction last night?
Affirmative, though it was minor. The after-ray mistook incoming solar radiation from the supernova 2 light years behind us for a solid mass. I have made the necessary modifications.
Checks out. The same kind of fault's been recorded in the past, and we're closest anyone's been to a supernova.
True, though that just makes me want to double and triple check everything. Right, that's it. Everyone is on maintenance duties today until I'm sure nothing else got damaged. No!
Oh,
None of that. Gwen, Monty, check out the pods. Anson, you take the habitation areas. I'll look over engineering.
Yes, sir.
Did anything else unusual happen last night?
Not that I noticed, sir.
Gwen, what about you? You've been quiet this morning.
Not really, sir. Just slept badly.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Well, I had a nightmare.
A nightmare.
Yeah, like a bad dream.
We know what a nightmare is.
If you need to go back to bed and catch up, let me know and I'll cover your shift. Look after yourselves, everyone.
Thanks, Captain, but I should be alright.
Right. If there's nothing else, let's get to it. Monty! Wait a moment. You're looking a little bleary-eyed yourself this morning. Having sleeping issues.
No, sir. I was fine once I got to sleep.
I know that the ensign's shift was fairly quiet last night, but I can ask her to keep it down if you're having trouble.
No, sir. It's not that she was quiet. It's just that I'm unused to. I'm gonna go check on the pods.
Who do they think they're fooling, huh, Vac?
I believe they are attempting to fool you, Captain.
That was a rhetorical question, Vac. Do I need to check over your conversational subprograms?
I am functioning at peak efficiency, Captain.
Okay, that's a first.
Says you, Captain.
You watch that mouth, Vac, or I will put you on mute.
Yes, Captain.
Run me a diagnostic of all engineering systems, starting with the primary and moving out.
Yes, Captain.
Done. Checked everything already, Gwen.
I got the new guy to cover for me for a bit, but I just wanted to.
Yes.
Are we sure that everything's working properly?
No, otherwise we would not be checking everything.
No, but
What's wrong, Gwen?
I had this premonition.
Premonition.
Yes, sir.
Go on.
Last night I had this dream. I dreamt that I was lying in bed and I heard a noise. Someone knocking. So I get out of bed and check the corridor, but nothing. No sign of anyone. But then, just as I'm about to get back into bed, that knocking, it starts again, just knock, knock, knock. So I check the corridor again, but nothing. Empty as a church, quiet as anything. But I know that something's wrong. So I close the door and I wait. And then it comes again, just knock, 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 like something wants to come in.
Keep going.
When that knock comes a fourth time, I finally look up and see it. There's a face staring at me through the porthole. A body floating in space, a pale, dead man. He knocked again as I watched.
And then you woke up.
No, then he spoke.
And what did he say?
I can't remember.
Well, that's fair. I'm always forgetting my dreams.
I wouldn't have mentioned it, Captain. It's just that if the new guy's right, then it happened around the same time the vac had its malfunction.
Gwen, everything is all right. We have everything under control. The ship is working at optimum efficiency, and apart from a few wake-up jitters from Monty, nothing out of the ordinary is happening. You need to get a bit more sleep.
No, Captain, I should be all right. Look, I know it sounds silly, I don't want to be alone right now.
I understand. And you're not being silly to want some company. I'm going to try to put your worries to the back of your mind. Concentrate on the day-to-day tasks. If you like, we can spend some time this evening. Watch a film.
No, Captain, that should be all right. I don't know, maybe I'm just overreacting.
Perhaps a little. But that's okay. Why don't you go and catch up with Monty, huh? Get to know him a bit.
All right, Captain. Thanks for listening.
That's what I'm here for. Spooky, huh, that?
Very spooky, Captain.
How long has Gwen been out of cryo now?
10 weeks, 3 days, Captain.
Remind me to talk to her about it. Some people just aren't cut out for this life. Maybe she'd prefer to go back to sleep.
Would you like me to draft a new cryo-shift schedule to account for her absence?
Just a draft? Yeah, I think she'd appreciate the option.
Acknowledged, Captain.
How long until those diagnostics are ready back?
Approximately 2 minutes, Captain.
Right. Know any jokes back?
There are many stored on my database, Captain.
Tell me one.
Humans are an intelligent species.
I see.
That was an example of a humorous statement, Captain.
I suppose I walked into that one, didn't I?
Shall I tell another, Captain?
If you're feeling particularly humorous.
What is another name for a computer virus?
What?
A terminal illness.
Oh, God. That is awful. Well done. Got any more?
Yes, Captain. Knock, knock.
Who's there? Saved by the bell. Hold that punchline back. We will come back to it later.
Yes, Captain. Scan complete. Scan has shown a slight variance in the graviton field in the main core.
Right. Ensign, how did you go?
Nothing seems to be wrong, Captain, but I'm just going to cross-reference with internal scans.
Good idea. I'm going to go and check on the engine.
Anything wrong, Captain?
Nothing appears to be. It's better to be safe than sorry.
Righto, back. Let's see what's going on. Run an internal scan on habitation deck. Check for wiring faults, radiation leaks, and micro fissures.
Yes, Ensign.
Zach,
Yes, Ensign.
what do you think of Monty?
Crew member Montgomery Phillips.
Yeah.
Crew member Phillips was born on the Olympus 2 colony on Mars.
No. What do you think of him?
Please elaborate.
Well, for example, I think he's pretty cute, but I don't know if I will like him in 12 months' time.
I believe that Crewman Phillips is an upstanding member of the crew,
Yeah?
but I do not know if he is cute, Ensign.
No, he's definitely cute.
I will update my database accordingly.
I need boy advice back. I can't call my mum because she's back on Mars. I can't talk to Gwen because she's rubbish when it comes to boys. And I have to talk to someone, and that someone is you.
crew member Phillips meets the criteria for cute.
There, see? You're learning.
However, several long-standing journal articles on the effects of space travel and community isolation on interpersonal relationships have expressly forbidden relations between crew members on long-distance flights.
So you think it's a bad idea?
I think that crewman Phillips is cute.
You're right. He's definitely cute.
I also think Captain Flight is cute,
Excuse me?
as is crewman Pearson and yourself. Humans are adorable.
What's gotten into you, Mac?
The captain activated my humor subroutines earlier.
Hey, Farah, what's up?
Nothing, just girl talk.
You and Vac,
And why not?
because it's an 11-ton collection of silicone and precious metals, and
Yeah.
you're really...
Cute.
Excuse me?
Don't pay any attention to that, Monty. We were just joking.
Scan complete.
Great. So have you finished with the pods already, crewman?
Yeah, we just finished up in there. Hey, I don't think Gwen likes me very much.
Don't worry about her. She just takes a while to warm up to people. Where is she anyway?
She ran off back to her quarters after we finished up. So, thought I'd come see what you were doing.
Whoa, hold up. The captain could be back at any minute. Besides, this isn't the place.
It was the place last night when you took over watch.
Okay, new ground rule. Not during the day and not when the captain's around. I don't want him to see us.
Schmoozing.
Oh, ground rule 2. Never say that again.
Alright, Ensign, I get it. So I'll just keep...
Warning! Unauthorized access detected. Non-human life form detected. Emergency protocol enabled. All doors sealed. Power switching to emergency.
Great. Are you doing alright?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Can you make it to the science station over there? There's a torch beneath it.
Got it.
Me too.
What happened?
You heard that. Some kind of intruder.
Like an alien instead of non-human life form.
Don't freak out, crewman. We have to get through the doors and find the captain and Gwen.
How are we gonna get through the doors?
We have to make sure that the pod's still operational.
Yeah, right, but how are we gonna get through the doors?
Just do as you're told, crewman. Alright? You've been through the training, haven't you?
Yes, but I just...
Then you know not to panic in these situations. Good. Now I'm going to open the doors and we're going to get the captain. It'll be easier to move through the ship with him. Alright? Are you still with me?
I'm still with you, Ensign.
Good. Now we'll...
What was that?
Let me in, you stupid thing! Come on! Son of a bitch!
Hey, it's okay. Just tell me what's going on.
Okay, it looks like the intruder protocols have been activated. Something's tried to get into VAC, and she's gone into standby mode to contain the intruder. What normally happens is we use our codes to get through the doors and make our way to the quarantine compartment to deal with the intruder from there.
Sounds pretty straightforward.
Right, except my codes won't work. We can't get through the doors.
Could Vac open them for us?
She's gone to standby. It's part of the defense against aggressive softwares. But if I open it up from here, might be able to get through. No hope if you're in habitation, but from the bridge it might be possible.
Alright. Anything I can do?
You can keep me company, Mr. Phillips.
That doesn't sound so bad.
9 times out of 10, these things just turn out to be stellar dust caught in the engine.
That's comforting. What about the other 10%?
As far as I can tell, there are a few single-cell spacefaring microbes that occasionally get picked up by spaceships.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah, I thought so.
So, the chances of running into, like a Wookiee are pretty slim?
Yeah, unless one just decides to stroll onto our ship through light years of empty space.
Well, cool. So, what do you think set off the alarm?
Could be anything. Could be a glitch, could be a mistake one of us made.
Well, that's comforting. So, we didn't really get up to much talking last night, huh?
No, we didn't.
Do you always move this fast?
Do you?
No, but You're really good looking and you seem really nice.
Gee, thanks.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just a little on edge. It's a little fast for me too. I don't usually meet a guy and get to third base within 6 hours of knowing him.
Me neither, if it's any consolation.
For some reason it is. So, you know, I'm not part of the cryo-sleeps. I don't get to go back to sleep in a year or so. We have to stay out here, the captain and I, year after year, seeing new faces come and go.
Sounds pretty lonely.
So lonely, man. I mean, the captain and I have got each other, and that's great, but it's just...
Not enough?
And then you came out of sleep yesterday, and we just seemed to hit it off, and I don't know, I went a little crazy.
Me too.
So let's take it from the top. I'm Farai Stewart. Nice to meet you.
Monty Phillips, it's a real pleasure.
Oh, good. Vac, speak to me.
Good morning, Ensign.
First one, the self-diagnostics. How are you doing?
This is a limited access security iteration of the back computer running at 98% efficiency.
Is that good?
As good as we could hope for. Couldn't get the whole computer online, just the security iteration. Vac, run an internal scan, first for hazards and then life signs.
There are no immediate hazards detected within the ship. There is a slight variance in the graviton field and the main core.
That's okay. Well within specs.
There are 143 human life signs within the cryogenic labs.
Good.
There is one human life sign on the engineering level.
That's the captain.
There is one human life sign within the habitation module.
Cool, that's Gwen. So we're all still
There is
alive.
one human life form on the bridge. Security iteration hibernating.
Stay where I can see you.
No problems there. I'm not coming anywhere near you.
What happened to the real ensign?
What happened to the real Monty?
Fine, don't tell me.
Me? You're the one who... Of course, it all makes sense last night. You were the one up when the malfunction happened. Oh, we made out after that. That's disgusting.
I don't know, I've made it to third base with an alien. I feel like Captain Kirk.
Don't be so glib.
I'm not being glib, I'm just trying.
What did you do with the real Monty? Is he still alive?
Yes, I am. Hey, don't turn this back around on me. I'm the human one.
Really, Mr. Woke Up from cryo-sleep yesterday? I knew you were too cute to be real with your stupid, sexy butt.
You like my butt?
Your weird alien butt.
I like your butt too.
Don't sweet talk me, Mr. Nice Hair.
You know, I was afraid of the dark when I was a kid. Still am a bit. Used to lie there awake at night just worrying about that gap between my bed and the floor. Anything could be hiding under there, I think. And one day, my brother decided to shove me under there for a laugh. I hated it, but I fit. Knew that I could hide under there, so that meant anything up to around my size, maybe even a little bit bigger, could wait in that dark little patch under my bed. Sometimes I swear I even heard breathing under there. I'd lie there awake at night just listening to the creature under my bed breathing at me, waiting for it to come out and attack me.
What happened?
Eventually, I told my dad. Thought he'd laugh at me, but he didn't. He said he'd been afraid of the same thing when he'd been a kid and he knew just what to do. He took me over to his cupboards and showed me the boxes that he kept in there. There was about half a dozen of them, all stuffed with drawings that I made for him and Mum when I was really little. You know, finger paintings, homemade cards, macaroni glue things. He took those boxes out of his cupboards and put them under my bed. Filled up that gap until nothing else could fit under there. Not me, not some monster. After that, I didn't hear the breathing anymore either. No more monsters under my bed, and I slept like a baby. Of course, eventually, I found out that the breathing sound was coming from an atmospheric vent under the bed. Turns out the guy in the flat beneath us was a snorer. And Dad admitted years later that his cupboard getting too full of my junk. So, it was just a happy coincidence that at the same time that he was thinking of getting rid of some of it, I came along with some prime storage space. That's my dad for you.
Why would you tell me all this?
Thought it'd make you feel better.
Hearing some heartwarming story about your dad?
Yes, but also knowing that you're in a dark room opposite some guy that's more afraid of the dark than he is of you.
It was maintenance bots for me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Those creepy flat faces and the almost human way they moved. It was enough to make me avoid them in the hallways. I grew up on Phobos Station, so the damn things were near everywhere. I don't really recall, but my grandpa loves to tell the story of how I was really little and one day one malfunctioned and disintegrated my teddy bear because it was a biohazard. Yeah, it probably was a biohazard. I was dragging that thing everywhere and it got all dirty and stained and I wouldn't let anyone wash it. No, it had to come into the bath with me like a real person and I'd wash it all by myself.
Oh, didn't it get moldy?
Oh, it got pretty rank, let me tell you.
Who was your first kiss?
Jason Prigg. We were 11.
You kissed a guy named Prig?
Hey, he was cute. And I was the envy of most of the year.
I'm sure you were, trading spit with Master Prig.
What about you?
I was 10 with Derek Soto.
Derek. Come on, man. Don't you know that all Dereks are bad news? Never trust a Derek. They always turn out to be jerks.
Well, a few days later, it was all around the school that he'd also kissed Rose Patelli, so you might be right about that.
No.
Yep, same night too.
I hate to say it, but I told you so. Dereks are bad news. Why are we talking about this, man?
Because you can't throw a punch with an open hand. It's something my dad used to say.
I mean, you could slap someone with an open hand.
It's a metaphor. It means that if you let yourself sink into suspicion and hate, you're just going to end up fighting. But if you actually talk to
You
someone...
might end up getting along.
So, I really don't care if you're an alien.
Or if you're an alien.
I just know I don't want to be afraid of monsters in the dark anymore.
You're a pretty good kisser.
Well, that's a relief. No one's given me feedback on my kissing since Derek. And he said I was okay.
Derek's a jerk. You're a pretty great kisser.
It takes two to tango. You're not too shabby yourself.
You know what? You're right.
About kissing?
No, about the other stuff.
Well, I'm sure you sound more surprised than you should. But I'm willing to trust you if you're willing to trust me. Care to join me, Ensign?
You know what? Don't mind if I do, crewman.
So, any chance of getting these lights to turn back on?
Not without the captain's codes. But don't worry, I'll keep the dark away.
I hope the captain's alright.
Everything's alright. We haven't felt any mechanical problems. We'd know if we were in an accident, we'd feel it through the decking. He's probably just trying to get through the doors. He'll be here soon, and everything will be on.
Could that turn things on for us?
It'd take hours to get through the subroutines again. It gets harder the more you try in security mode. It's part of the defense software.
Fair enough. So, want to take another crack at the whole first date thing?
You didn't like our first date?
Well, like you said, I prefer the more romantic kind of thing. You know, candles, dinner, the whole atmosphere.
Well, to be honest, I don't feel comfortable enough yet to be romantic.
Me neither, to be honest, but isn't that what a date's for? To make yourself comfortable?
You know what? I don't have an argument against that. Alright, let's do it.
Nice. So, what's a girl like you doing in a place like this?
Well, I'm stuck in a pitch black room with an alien who's afraid of the dark because someone tried to get into our computer system without proper authorization.
You know, I don't really think you're getting into the spirit of this.
Ensign, are you in there?
Captain! Oh, it's good to hear your voice.
Good to hear you too. I've gotten most of the ship back online, but I can't get VAC working or the bridge doors open. They're deadlocked.
What can I do, Captain?
Just sit tight. I've got the crewman with me. We're going to try to cut through those door seals.
Did you say crewman? Have you got both of them out there with you?
Yeah. They're both fine. Don't worry about them. We're more concerned about you.
Yeah, I think you should be.
Anyway, sit tight. You'll be alright for an hour or so. We'll keep you updated as we go. Flight
Captain,
out.
wait!
I was afraid of the dark when I was a kid. My first kiss was
You've
with...
already said all that!
I don't know what else to say. I'm real. I don't know what's out there, but it isn't me.
Then why didn't you say anything to the captain just then?
I don't know. I just froze up. This is the real me. I was afraid of the dark when I was a kid. My first kiss was with Derek Soto. My favourite colour is green.
I almost believed you. You had me right where you wanted me.
I don't want you anywhere other than like this. I'm not an alien.
Then what are you? Because I'm damn sure you're not Monty Phillips.
Yes, I am. Please believe me.
So why are you trying this, huh? Trying to convince me that you're real? If the captain hadn't said anything just then, I would have believed you. So you didn't think it'd take him so quick to get out of the seals around the engine? I would have believed you in that time. I would have then convinced him that you were real, and he'd come and start back up again, get the ship working, and in all the confusion, you'd be able to get back access codes.
No, I swear. The captain is out there with someone that isn't me.
Just stop. Stop the game. I know you're not real, not Monty, not human, so just stop. Good. Now just stay where I can see you.
You can't throw a punch with an open hand.
I said shut up.
Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. Everything has changed. I know you're not really Monty, and that changes everything.
You always knew that was a possibility though, didn't you? You may have started to doubt it because I'm real, but you still thought I wasn't real and started to trust me anyway. Literally nothing has changed. I don't know what's going on, but I'm real, and I trust you.
No, stay back, stay back, stay back!
Oh!
Oh my god, I'm so... No, you're an alien. And I was just defending myself.
I wasn't trying anything.
Just... I'm sorry, crewman.
Sorry is a fine thing to say, but it won't stop the bleeding.
Monty,
Oh, I'm Monty now, am I? What happened to me being the monster, fine soldier you made, break at the first sign of blood?
I'm sorry, crewman.
I
Can I
told
help
you.
it?
I think you've done enough. You never even stopped to consider the possibility that I was friendly.
You're an alien.
And you think that even if I was, that I wouldn't be friendly or hurt or confused. You think the fact that you think I'm different is a reason to hurt me? To abuse me? You've shown your true colours. The second that you think that you're being threatened, you turn into a savage. Forget thousands of years of evolution, forget the most basic human characteristics, forget what we were talking about not 10 minutes ago. You're right, I'm wrong. So that means you can do to me whatever you like.
I'm sorry.
I told you, sorry doesn't cut it.
That wasn't my apology. You're right. Of course you're right. I don't mean for all this to make it better, but I'd like to talk. I don't want to be the monster that you're trapped in here with. So I'll tell you how I feel, honestly. And I feel sorry.
Okay,
Can I look at it? I'd like to help.
it's fine. I'm just a bit bruised, a bit in the inside of my cheek.
Please. I didn't have a dad. So when you were telling me stories about your dad before and how much he loved you and all his little bits of wisdom, I was jealous because I didn't have a dad.
What happened to him?
I never met him. Mum said she had a night of passion with a handsome stranger. Never meant anything to come from it. And he left on a long-haul starship just like this one. I never saw her again. 9 months later, I popped up.
Sounds like a story as old as the human race.
Yeah, it's a bit of a cliche, but my mum met my Auntie Belle a few years later, and they raised me together. So I still had a family, I just Always wanted a dad like yours.
He's a pretty great guy.
Was he okay with you doing this, coming out and never seeing him again?
It was a tough conversation, but I'd always wanted to see another planet. And they were so proud of me when I made it through selections.
So am Mum and Auntie Belle.
I forgive you.
What?
For slugging me in the face with a heavy piece of metal, I forgive you.
Oh, that's nice of you. I'm sorry. That is nice of you.
Well, I'm feeling magnanimous.
We'll get the ship working. Captain, he'll know what to do.
Kind of like your adopted dad, huh?
What? No. He's just like, no, I mean, yeah, basically. We're going to be spending the next 20 years together, so I was ready to like whoever I was working under, but he's kind of like the dad I've always wanted.
He seems pretty nice. Did you know he made me a data stick of music to listen to for my first watch?
He does that every cryo shift. He wants people to feel welcome, so he does a bit of digging in the first few conversations to find out what music they like, and then puts them in a playlist and makes a big deal out of it. Was it awful?
What? No!
It was, wasn't it? His playlists always are. I think he does it on purpose to wind people up. Gotta get your entertainment where you can out here.
It was a really nice thought.
Yeah, he's pretty special. But don't tell him I told you all of this. It's been 4 years, and I'm still trying to work up the courage to call him by my first name.
What?
I don't know, I'm just super awkward.
No, you gotta tell him how you feel. I mean, not in a romantic way, I hope, but you just tell him that you care for him. I mean, he probably knows by now.
What? Is it obvious?
Faria, it's been 4 years. He would have picked up on it by now, no matter how subtle you were.
And what do you mean, not in a romantic way, you prude? He's not that bad looking.
Well, first of all, you said he was like a father to you, so gross. And secondly, I was kind of hoping to be the romantic figure in your life in the near future.
Yeah, I don't think I date aliens.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to prove that I'm not one, huh?
And how are you going to do that, Mr. Extraterrestrial?
I'll think of something.
Whoa. Are you okay?
Yeah, fine. I'm just a bit concussed. Took one hell of a whack.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. And just feeling really tired all of a sudden. I might take a nap until the captain gets here.
Are you sure that's such a good idea? Aren't you meant to stay awake with concussion?
Only if it's a severe one. We can hold a conversation and my eyesight isn't too blurry, so I'm willing to roll those dice.
Okay. You take a nap and I'll keep watch.
To make sure I don't turn into an alien monster.
Maybe.
Can't blame a guy for trying. Night, night.
Sleep well.
Jeez, my head.
You haven't got any water, so just take it easy. How's your cheek?
Tender, but should be okay. How long was I out for?
An hour, maybe an hour and a half.
Any word from the captain?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I tried opening the comms channel, tried knocking on the door, but nothing.
Well, I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation.
What if you're real? And the other one, has killed the captain?
Wow, you're really leaping to worst case scenarios, huh?
It's not a joke.
I never said it was.
The captain said he was out there with 2 crewmen, that's you and Gwen, and that they were cutting through the door. I thought that meant that you were the imposter, but now he's here and he's not responding, and maybe you are real, and he's out there with the imposter.
Alright, chill out. It's nice that you finally believe me, but we don't know what's happened out there, and assuming the worst isn't going to help anyone. All we know is that the captain hasn't made it through. Maybe he got sidetracked by something. Maybe he realized he miscounted how many crewmen he had and went looking for me. All we know is what we know. We have to assume that he isn't coming. What should we do next?
We should get back working.
Agreed. Is there any way to undo the security of VAC without the captain's codes?
I think so. I'd need to get into the wiring, but we might be able to.
Will it damage her?
I'm not sure. It might.
It might be a bit risky then. Are there any other options?
Not really.
Okay, well, let's do it. Did anything happen while I was out?
Not really. Tried to get a nap, but I couldn't get to sleep. I've decided that I really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh!
Yeah.
Maybe we should focus on getting the doors open.
We can't get the doors open without the captain's codes or a laser cutter. So that might be able to help us with that though.
Here's hoping, but if we don't make it through?
I don't want to talk about it.
Fair. Very fair.
Ensign, are you there? Ensign!
Captain! Oh, it's good to hear from you. How are you doing?
I'm alright. Everything's fine out here. Still trying to get in there, but we are making progress.
Are you still trying to cut through?
We are, but it's slower going than I thought.
You didn't respond when I knocked before.
Didn't hear you, I'm afraid. I didn't mean to worry you.
Captain, I need you to scan Monty. Is everything alright with him?
Monty? He's here with me. He seems fine.
Just scan him, Captain. Is he normal?
Everything is normal, Ensign. Why? Should we be concerned? Are you doing alright?
I'm fine. Just trying to get back online so that we can get through the doors before you do.
No need, Ensign. I am almost through. Don't risk any damage to VAC. We will need that database intact once this is all over.
I didn't say anything about the database, Captain.
I know that unplugging it is the only way to get around the security clearance, Ensign.
Or you can tell me your codes. What's your codes, Captain? I'll get the door open and everything will be alright.
That's classified, Ensign.
You can change it back once all this is over.
I can't do that. Listen, Pariah. You just need to sit tight. We'll be in there soon. We are almost through the door.
Then why can't I hear anything? Why can't we hear you knocking?
Who's we, Pariah? Is there someone else in there with you?
No one I don't trust.
Listen, Pariah.
That wasn't the captain.
No, I don't think it was.
And I don't hear anything.
Neither do I.
He's not here and he's not coming for us.
No.
And he told me not to tamper with VAC. Guess what I'm going to do? God, I hope that worked.
What do we do now?
You think I know? I'm just making this up as I go along.
Well, look, we need to get out of here. Gwen's somewhere. We need to make sure that the cryopods are all still intact. So, why don't we try to force the door to habitation and just...
Have a bathroom break?
You're really bursting, aren't you?
I don't want to talk about it.
Alright, so, you have to force a door that's been deadlocked and is made of steel. How hard could that be?
Really frickin' hard.
It was a rhetorical question, come on!
Knock, knock, knock. Do you think that was Gwen?
Did Gwen tell you... Did she mention her nightmare to you?
We're all at that meeting, man.
No, did she tell you what she dreamed about?
No.
She told me when we were checking on the cryopods. She said she heard knocking.
Knock, knock, knock.
And then she said she saw someone outside.
Outside what?
Outside the ship.
Okay, that's creepy.
I laughed it off. I said it was just a stupid dream.
It is a stupid dream. She's always being dramatic.
You really think so? After everything that's happened since, you don't think that there's even the slightest chance
That what?
that there's someone outside?
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God it's you.
When? What the hell? You scared the life out of us.
I was so scared. I thought I kept hearing, and I was all alone in the dark, and Back kept turning on and off, and it said intruders, and I didn't know what to do, and I couldn't get the doors open, and Back couldn't force them open, and I kept hearing that knocking, and...
Alright, you're okay. Just deep breaths, okay?
Okay, Gwen. It's just vac malfunctioning. The captain will be back soon and he'll fix it in a jiffy.
And then you knocked. You actually knocked, and I knocked back, and I could hear it if I listened through the door, so I got the gun and I broke the door. Do you think the captain's going to be mad?
I'm sure it's gonna be fine, Gwen. You just gotta breathe.
Sorry, I was so scared. It said intruders.
You're okay, Gwen. Just take a deep breath. You're okay. Hey, Pariah, what you doing there, kiddo?
You stay with Gwen. I don't care what's on this ship. I'm going to the frickin' bathroom. Be right back.
Right, okay. Sure. Makes sense. Just you and me here now, Gwen. You're gonna be okay, alright?
I'm sorry, I freaked out. I was alone for ages. It feels like hours.
It's been a couple of hours, I think.
Really? God, it feels like longer, but it kind of makes me feel better.
That's good, I'm glad.
So what have you guys been doing? I mean, why is everything dark? What's happening?
Well, funny story. Vac's been malfunctioning, like Pariah said. She said that there were intruders, and then she shut everything down, and then turned everything off, and then deadlocked all the doors. She wouldn't accept our command codes, so we couldn't open the doors. So we tried to get Vac working properly again, and she told us that there weren't any hazards, and that you were in habitation and the captain was in engineering. But we need the captain's codes to get Vac working properly again.
Well, have you heard from the captain?
No,
God, I hope he's okay.
I'm sure he's fine.
And how have you and Pariah been doing? It must have been nice having company for all this.
It's been uneventful. It's been quiet up here, nothing out of the ordinary. So you can just chill out, because everything's going to be fine.
I know that you and Pariah are a thing.
What? Us? A thing?
There's 4 people on this ship. Who do you think you're fooling?
You might be right about that, I guess. We're just trying to keep it on the down low.
I also heard you last night.
You heard?
You were a bit noisy.
Well, first of all, that was her, and
I think it's nice.
You do?
Yeah. I know that she's been lonely. No, I've been lonely, and I've only been out here for 2 months. I think it's nice that you two have each other.
Oh. Cool.
Just watch out for the captain, though. He's really protective.
Will do. Thanks for the advice.
You know, I did think about telling him at the meeting this morning just to see the look on his face.
Well, thanks for not doing that.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for sitting with me. I'm feeling better.
Good, I'm glad. You know, everything's going to be alright, okay?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, maybe I'm just not cut out for this sort of thing. I've been thinking about asking the captain to put me back into cryo.
You're doing fine, Gwen, and You know we're all here for you if you need us.
Now I can see why Faria likes you. You won't let anyone feel lonely, will you?
I don't like being lonely myself. I don't think anyone does. So, I try to help out. And anyway, you've had a pretty rough day. I think you deserve a little bit of support, I reckon.
Hasn't been all that tough, has it? It would have been fine if I could make it 2 hours without freaking out, or even 20 minutes without freaking out. Do you have any water?
No, do you?
There's some back in habitation, but I didn't bring any with me. I'm just thirsty all of a sudden.
Maybe Faria will bring some back.
Is she going to be okay on her own?
Faria? Yeah, she'll be fine. She's so much better at this than either of us. And when she gets back, we can figure out what to do next.
How are you guys going? I feel so much better. Monty, I brought you some water.
Hey, told you she would.
So how are you guys doing?
I'm feeling much better, thank you. And Monty calmed me down. He's a good guy, and I'm happy for the two of you.
What? Did you tell him?
No, I didn't
I heard you last night. It's a quiet ship. You two are pretty loud.
Yeah, that was mostly him.
So, what do we do now? You want me to shoot down the other door so we can get to the captain?
No!
You can't shoot a bolt of steel at a titanium door in a room full of fragile computer parts and even more fragile human parts. I'm surprised you managed to shoot that door down. It's a miracle you're alive.
I'm alright. We can just take cover.
No!
Just don't go near the gun again, alright?
Alright. Jeez. So what do we do? Can we get back running again?
Even if we could, there's no telling whether she'll help us or not. She's been malfunctioning, remember?
Could we purge current memory? Or we could eject long-term storage and try and reboot it. Maybe that'll work.
Only if the problem was in software. If it was an EPS problem, or if the problem was in long-term storage, there's nothing we could have done.
Do you have a better idea?
Hey, let's not start fighting.
No, I'm being serious. Do you have a better idea? Because I don't think my idea's great, but it's the best one that I have.
Well, I don't have a better idea. It's either that or shoot down the door, and I'm heavily leaning towards the first option.
Yeah, alright. Monty, you get onto the control panel and take all the red cores from their plugs. Just don't get everything confused.
Alright.
Gwen, panel on the left there, that's the manual diagnostic override. When we start back up, you press that button and it'll run to reboot the programs. Once Monty's unplugged all the long-term storage, I'll start back up over here and you press that to reboot her. Got it?
Got it.
Yep. So, how did VAC malfunction? What caused it?
I'm not sure, and I don't think it was just a malfunction.
What do you mean?
I think something made VAC go haywire.
You think there's something on the ship with us?
I think that was... Dude, do you want a drink of water or something?
No, I just don't think we should be so dramatic about a simple malfunction.
Stand down, crewman. She deserves to know.
Faria, I don't think that
Know what?
We aren't alone on the ship. I think there's an intruder on board. It set off VAC's alarms twice, last night and today. And it's been messing with the sensors, and I think it's done something to the captain.
But is he okay?
I don't know. We can't trust the comms, we can't trust the sensors, we can't trust VAC, and we can't get through the doors to see for ourselves.
So what do we do?
Gwen, look at me. We're going to keep going, one foot in front of the other. We're going to trust each other and do what we can. No second thoughts, no doubts.
Yeah, but if
no
we...
buts, Gwen. We're going to stay calm, trust each other, and keep going forward.
To where?
Metaphorically, Gwen.
I trust you guys.
Good.
Alright, all finished up over here.
Great. Me too. Gwen, we're going to start back up, and you just need to press that button.
Okay.
Can you do that?
I'm not a child.
We know, Gwen. We just want to make sure you're alright.
Just turn back on.
Right.
I've never heard that before.
I'm sure it's fine.
Knock, knock, knock.
Gwen?
Gwen, just press the button. It's okay.
It's like the knocking, it's starting again.
Gwen, listen to me.
I thought it was all in my head, but
Gwen, just press the button before Vac starts up properly.
Damn it, Gwen!
you stopped it. You stopped it before it finished.
Ruben!
You need to let it finish.
We're just-
You need to let it finish.
Why do we need to let it finish, Gwen? It's just Vac starting sound.
No, it wasn't. He was trying to communicate with us.
What was?
The thing, the man from my dreams. He said he was coming for me.
It was just a dream, Gwen.
You can't flip out like that, Gwen. We're here for you. You just can't fly off the handle like that.
Oh, you don't understand.
Then explain.
It knocked 3 times of the 3 times in my dreams, and then I saw it. It knocked 3 more times, and then it spoke to me. I mean, it's more than a feeling. I know it in my bones. You shouldn't have stopped the knocking. He's gonna be mad.
There was no knocking, Gwen. It was just that, beeping. And besides, it was a stupid dream.
Oh, you have to believe me. We need to let it finish.
Even if there is knocking, which I don't think there is, Gwen, we can't just let it do whatever it would like.
Oh, it said it would come for me.
We'll protect
You
you.
can't. Nothing can.
Gwen, you're scared and angry and that's okay. It's okay to feel that way, but you need to trust us. And we don't feel that way. We don't feel any of this stuff. You need to trust us that all of this is in your head.
It's real. You need to trust me. It's coming for me.
Gwen, stop. You need to calm down and explain it all, okay? We're here, we're listening. I just don't know what you want us to do.
I don't know what I want you to do. I don't know what I want me to do. I don't know anything. I feel like my brain's unraveling.
Gwen, you're panicking. Listen, just take my hand. You said you weren't cut out for all the space travel stuff. Maybe it's just like that. Maybe you're just...
Overreacting?
Yes. No, that's not...
No, it's fine. I get it. You don't believe me.
No, that's not what it...
Gwen! You flipped out when you heard a computer beeping. Maybe you need to take charge of your mental health.
It's not my mental health. I'm not crazy.
Didn't say you were.
You know, there's an old saying, the reaper knocks thrice.
You think death's coming for you? I thought you meant like an alien or something.
No, think about it. Death is everywhere, in everything. We just passed a supernova, which is the death of a star. And then, just as the wavefront hits us, Vac detects an intruder. I mean, I have a premonition. Death's come for me.
You think death, the Grim Reaper, has put on all this show and drama just to collect your soul when all anybody else gets is cancer or engineering accidents? I mean, no offense, but aren't you overestimating your importance?
You think Death cares what you think? Or does he do what he wants to do? Don't you think you're overestimating your importance?
You know what? I don't have an answer for that.
It doesn't explain everything else though, Gwen.
Sure it does. The collision alarm, the dream, the intruder alarm, the knocking.
It's bigger than that though, Gwen. Fac's been going crazy too. The alarm said that there was an alien life form on board, and it said there was only one human on the bridge when we were both here. And then the captain's voice came over the comm, but it wasn't the captain.
It's just that going haywire. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know how it made the captain's voice. When you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable...
Must be the truth. It has to be Vac, and Vac's rebooting now, so it should be fixed.
Oh, listen to me, it's not that simple.
Oh, thank goodness. Vac,
Good afternoon, Pence.
are you working?
I am operating within normal parameters, but I appear to be disconnected from long-term storage.
Don't worry about that. Are you still connected to the internal sensors?
Affirmative.
Run a scan for hazards and biosigns.
There are no immediate hazards within habitation or engineering. There is a slight variance in the graviton field in the main core. There is a malfunction on habitation entrance.
Whoops.
There are 143 human life signs within the cryogenic labs.
Nice.
There is 1 human life sign on the engineering level.
The captain's alive.
There are 3 human life signs on the bridge.
Thank goodness, I was ready to freak out again.
You're telling me.
Vac, run a scan for intruders.
There are 2 unidentified energy signatures, unable to pinpoint exact location.
How did they get in?
Intruder window.
Vac, turn your human subroutines off. How did you get on board?
Unknown.
What kind of energy signatures are they?
A drain in background radiation, random neutrino surges, and graviton emissions characterize 2 readings on board.
Anything else?
No further information available.
Okay, 2 intruders on board.
Don't know how they got here.
Don't know what they are.
Don't know what we should do.
I haven't got a plan. Gwen,
Yes.
any ideas?
But once they've done what they've come for, they'll leave.
What do they come for, though? Vac, is there anything interfering with your operation at the present time?
There are no interfaces activated, and long-term storage is disconnected.
So we can assume nothing's interfering with Vac anymore.
Maybe.
What did they come for?
To kill us? To take over the ship?
They didn't try to kill us, though. They could have opened the airlock and all of the doors.
They tripped Vac's alarms. They needed our security codes.
Not if they were already inside of Vac. They wanted to trap
It
us.
came for me.
Gwen, I
Well,
don't
I don't know what else is happening or what's going on, but it's come for me. It's the only thing that makes sense. Why am I the only one that can hear the knocking? Why am I the only one that has the dream?
Oh my god!
No, please, no.
Stop right there! You terrifying son of a bitch! Get away! Stay back! Stay right away!
What is that?
Get away! Get back! Get back!
What?
Keep going back! Back! Back away! Come out where I can see you, you mother fricker!
Mother fricker?
Shut up! I'm improvising!
Good evening.
Vac, run a scan for any intruders.
Scan complete. No intruders detected.
None?
None.
You're sure?
Given available evidence, there is a 98% efficiency.
It's just...
98% chance of that being the case.
It's just us.
There are only human life forms on the bridge.
I don't believe it.
No.
Who is there?
Vac! I told you to turn your human subroutines off!
Unfortunately, I do not have access to my long-term memory. Apologies for any inconvenience. I will disengage my human subroutines.
Gwen, are you okay?
No.
Hang on, Vac. I'm going to plug in your long-term storage.
Are you sure?
I've seen too much shit today to not take everything at face value. It's just simpler this way.
Access to long-term memory is restored. This unit has been non-operational for 13 hours, 23 minutes.
13 hours?
Since last night. Since the alarm went off.
That thing has been in Vac for 13 hours.
I guess. How's Gwen?
She's in shock, but strong cup of tea and a little bit of support and she'll be back to her old self in no time, I'm sure of it.
No.
Stop it! You're not making anyone else feel better!
Pariah, she's in shock. We all are.
What was all that? What was that thing?
Honestly, I don't know. Were we dreaming? Did you click your heels together 3 times?
Don't joke. Not now.
It's okay. It was scary, it was full on, but whatever it is, it's gone. We just have to get back to normal.
Normal? No. It's giving Gwen a goddamn psychotic episode. It's giving me a panic attack and
it's over.
Is it?
Didn't you say you've seen too much today to not take everything at face value? Yeah, it's over.
Then what was that?
I don't know.
Then guess.
Maybe it was something from the supernova that we passed. Maybe it came on board to say hi and we just couldn't understand it. It didn't communicate well, so it just left. Maybe we've been alone together in a dark room because an overload made Vac go haywire and we worked ourselves up into a hysteria. Maybe Gwen was right. Maybe death really did come to the ship, but if he did, we managed to get away. I don't know. I don't know anything that would make sense of it. And I don't think we'll come up with anything, so let's just move on.
No.
There's no evidence of any of this happening. Vac was offline for all of it.
We know.
I remember Vac was working this morning, even though now it says it was offline.
We're telling you the truth, Captain.
And I trust you. It's a lot to take in.
You didn't see anything out of the ordinary? You didn't hear anything?
No. I was working on the engine, stabilizing the graviton field. There was a bit of interstellar grit caught in the deflectors, so I cleaned that out. I was in there for a couple of hours before I even noticed that the doors to the bridge were sealed. Fiddled with the computer from that side, purged the cache, tried a manual override of the doors, and that didn't work. I was just about to get out my laser cutter when everything came back up. Knocked to see if you were alright. Tried the doors again. No. Nothing out of the ordinary.
We thought you were dead, Captain.
I mean, I thought something had kidnapped you.
I am fine, Ensign. More concerned about you.
You know, Captain, it's been 4 years. You can call me Pariah.
Well, I mean, if you prefer, it seems a bit informal.
That's the real one.
What?
Oh man, Captain, there's so much more to the story.
I am going to have to write all of this into a report. What the hell am I going to say? What do you think happened now that it's all over?
I think we're lucky to be out of it. Maybe Gwen was right. Maybe death really did come to the ship. But if we did, we managed to get away.
Not all of us. Gwen's still not right. She keeps knocking on everything.
Maybe some cryo will do her good. The doctors at Farlington will be able to help her.
I hope so.
Maybe they'll be able to help us too.
Honestly, you two. Do you think I'm blind and deaf? Who do you think you're fooling, huh?
Fooling?
Do I need to give you both the birds and the bees talk?
It's all right, Captain. We've had a conversation and we've decided it's not right for us to have a relationship in our situation. So we're just going to take a step back and see how it goes.
Well, that is very mature. You've got a good head on you, Pariah. I'm proud of the both of you.
Let's get out of here before I start crying.
What?
It's been a very emotional day.
Vac,
Good evening, crewman.
I'm just going out for a bit.
Have a pleasant evening.
Give my best to everyone, Vac.
Your best what, crewman?
I did try, you know, but I know that knocking was for me.
I have insufficient data to form a response.
Take care of everyone, Vac. And could you open this door for me?